Yes, I know. Plan presentation till 10:20. When do you want me to continue to that? To then, or should I go? Yeah.
Yes, you have to start with that and use the schedule just the way it is.
Yeah.
I know that we are like, I think 5 minutes or so behind schedule. Yeah, 10 minutes behind schedule. Yeah, but we'll still round up because we still have time for question and answers. So yeah, people can still come and ask you questions. There's some people here that maybe someone that might want to talk to you, yeah, before you go. So you can start with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Right. Let's get that. Share my screen. Sorry, Ozzy. It's saying host as disabled participant to share screen. Could you look into that and then just?
Yes, I will fix that now. Okay, yeah. I think I've done that now.
Okay, Ozzy, I think you can see my screen now. Let me know if not. Yeah, okay. So, hi everyone, thanks for, Ozzy, just let me know if there's any issues on my side in terms of seeing the presentation things. I'm going to whiz through the information about Westminster. So, hi everyone, yeah, my name is Martin Davis from the International Office here at the University of Westminster. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit more about our institution. Ozzy, you're on mute. I don't know if you're saying something to me, but you're on mute at the moment.
Yeah, they are bringing the sound system. So I just want to ask if they can all hear you before you continue. So I don't know, is it audible enough? Sorry. Okay, but they're bringing the sound system. So one of them will be able to use it. Okay, yeah, you can continue, please. So when they have that, then we can use that as well.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll continue then. Yeah, so University of Westminster, we are a British public university based in the city centre of London, which is obviously a massive attraction for many people from all over the world. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we offer in terms of the subject areas, our facilities, also the benefits to you being a student at Westminster, mainly in the fact of all the opportunities, professional, social, culture, and things like that. I'm going to touch a little bit on new courses that we have, and also things like accommodation and explaining fees and funding. So to continue, yeah, so we were formed in 1838. We've been pioneers since 1838. It was the first polytechnic in London. So what that means is our degrees from the very start and continuing to today have always been very professionally focused, getting students ready to excel in their careers. We renamed ourselves the University of Westminster in 1992. We have 19,000 students that study with us from 169 different nationalities. So we are an incredibly diverse and multicultural institution. So while you would be studying, of course, at a British university with the prestige and the worldwide reputation it has, along with British students and British lecturers in the British system, you would be studying with people from all over the world. Your lectures would be from all over the world as well, and you'd have a very, very international experience. So, you know, whether you want to continue working in the UK once you graduate, or maybe return to Nigeria or study or work maybe in the Middle East or other European countries or in America, you'd have a very international degree and experience to make you stand out from the competition. We have 183 industry partners. So what that means is we've set up official ties with companies in London where we regularly send our students on work placements, experience, internships, things like that as well. Plus we have further links with around 10,000 other companies where whether they come in and give expert classes or talks to our students, or help us on various things like graduate careers fairs that we offer throughout the year. And we have a royal link with Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II, who is our patron. I mentioned earlier, we are based in the city centre of London, fantastic location. We have 4 campuses, which I'll go on to shortly. You can see here on the map, we've got 3 central London campuses, Marylebone, Cavendish and Regent Street, and 1 in northwest London, Harrow. So I'll be talking about which courses are taught where soon. And we are incredibly well connected. So here's a tube map of London. You can see outside of every university, there's a tube station or train station within a 5 or 10 minute walking distance, a bus station. So it's incredibly easy to get around the city, wherever you're living, wherever you're working, when you're studying at Westminster. London itself, obviously, is a huge attraction, I'm sure, for those of you out there today. I mean, it has been ranked the best student city in the world on numerous occasions, more recently 2018 and 2019. I mean, this mainly comes with the quality of life that students and general anyone living and working in London has in terms of inclusivity, professional opportunities, connections, and obviously strong academic standards here in London. Famous landmarks from Big Ben, the London Eye, Buckingham Palace, these are all very, very close to where you'd be studying. So a lot of students, they pass like, the House of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, when they get the bus into university. So everything is so close to where you'd be based at Westminster. Museums and art galleries, the vast majority of these world-class facilities are free, which is rare comparing to other cities in Europe. London is a very, very green city. Over 40% of the city is made up of large rural parks and canals and green spaces like football pitches or sports pitches. So it's obviously a massive metropolitan international city, but with lots of green space for you to have a break and get back into nature. And then we have things like the West End, world premieres of cinemas, theatres, sports, home to 6 Premier League football clubs. We held the Olympics a few years ago, and music, of course. There's a massive music scene wherever your taste, whether that's Afrobeats, rock, hip hop, classic. There's live concerts every day in the city. The transport in London is world class. You know, we are based in city centre, as I said earlier. You'd be able to move around wherever you want to go in the city. So you get the chance to live and study in the heart of London. We have, I think it's 5 international airports in London, so very easy to come in and out of Nigeria. Also to travel around the rest of the world, and if you want to visit the rest of Europe, then we're an excellent hub and starting point to do that. And we have 4 campuses, which I'll come into shortly. So let me go into that. Beyond the actual physical or geographical travel connection, I'm talking about connecting you with the professional world that you work in or that you want to excel in. So, London is a financial and creative capital of the world with over 1 million businesses operating within 30 kilometres of the university. London has 3 times more European multinational headquarters than any other city in Europe. There are more jobs available in London than in any other part of the UK. So, like with people from overseas, here in the UK, so many people flood to London because that's where the majority of job opportunities are, as well as the sort of cultural and multicultural feel of the city. We have excellent close connections with professional organisations in commercial, industrial, political, and media and artistic sectors. As I mentioned earlier, 183 official partners with over 10,000, with links with over 10,000 employers as well. And the teaching is very, very practical. So it's practical and relevant teaching to the career that you're focusing on. Classes are a mixture of large seminars, large lectures, smaller seminar group work, individual projects, also field trips where you visit employers and companies related to the career that you're studying. So you get first-hand professional experience throughout your course. And we also have over 40 professional accreditations. So beyond achieving a British degree with the practical and nature of it and the prestige, There's also further professional recognition, whether that's maybe if you're doing an accounting program, the ACCA, you'd have accreditation there. Management, you'd have a CMA, Chartered Management Association, etc. So there's so much professional recognition upon completion of our degrees. And as I said earlier, we are an incredibly diverse university. We're very proud of that. Like London itself, which is a very diverse and welcoming city. Over 300 languages are spoken in the city. Westminster, we regularly rank in the top 15 in the world for most international universities, based on the number of international students that study with us. And if you're studying a bachelor's degree, you can also learn another language from these 8 languages: Arabic, Chinese, French, Spanish, German, Italian, Russian, or Japanese, as part of your studies too. As I said earlier, the real benefit of studying at Westminster is access to better career opportunities. We will offer you full and free access to our Career Development Centre from the moment that you join the University of Westminster, the moment you come to London. I'll be touching on what that entails exactly shortly too. Some of our students and graduates many of our students and graduates, have worked for huge multinational organizations in a variety of sectors, whether that's Google, IBM, BBC, Bank of England, Microsoft, Disney, BMW, GlaxoSmithKline, Burberry, etc. And also students from Nigeria, for example, recent graduates have gone on to work for Central Bank of Nigeria, but also the UK government here in the UK. So our Nigerian students have gone on to forge very successful careers, whether back in Nigeria or staying here in the UK to work. Work experience, internships, and networking. This comes in the form of our large Career Development Centre, which is available to you as soon as you come to Westminster and enrol. This is a large department where it's all related to get you as employable as possible in your profession, in your field. So we invite you in for an interview with the careers team. We adjust your CV for the UK job market. We advertise jobs and internship opportunities that we think would suit you with your skills. And if you get interviews, we prepare you for applying for an interview and a job here in London. We offer 1 month to 1 year long internship on your course. If you're doing a bachelor's course, this can be up to a year. So bachelor's programs with us are 3 years and master's courses are 1 year. So with the bachelor's, that could turn into a 4-year course if you take up a 1-year professional internship, which are normally paid. And if you're doing a master's, these tend to be shorter, maybe a month long, obviously, because the course is shorter itself. We have an excellent scheme called the mentoring scheme, where we assign you a mentor in the industry that you're studying. So someone external to the university that is an expert in that field, and they will be there to be your first-hand guidance, giving you advice on, the jobs to apply for, the type of skills you need to build up to make yourself stand out from the crowd as well. On top of that, we run graduate careers fairs. If you can see in the image here, this is an example of the graduate careers fair we held at the university a few years ago. And we run these 2 or 3 times a year, where we invite influential recruiters and managers to come into university who are looking for students like yourselves with your skills. So it's a chance for you to network, hand in your CV, find out about opportunities, and find out about what these companies are really looking for. So again, you get so much opportunity and exposure to really meet the right people and know what you need to do to excel further. If you're entrepreneurial, like I know many Nigerians are, there are lots of enterprise and entrepreneurship opportunities too, whether that's in the form of setting up your own company and applying for competitions where you can win awards, funding, to attending different events related to entrepreneurship as well. As a student in the UK, you'll be able to work 20 hours per week during term time. So, if you want to help support yourself during your studies, and we will help you find that part-time work, whether that's working for us as a student ambassador, or maybe in the library or the cafe, or in one of the local companies in a part-time role. But we will help you find this part-time work while studying. And if you weren't aware already, there is a 2-year post-study work visa for all international students now in the UK. So after your studies, you will have the opportunity to stay in the UK for 2 years, working full-time without any limits on your working hours. So this is a great opportunity for any international students thinking of coming to the UK. I mentioned enterprise and entrepreneurship. So, whether you're developing your own startup or improving your family business or developing skills that enable you to lead and stand out when applying for various roles here in the UK or back in Nigeria or wherever around the world, there's lots of enterprise and entrepreneurship opportunities. We have a creative enterprise center, which provides access to award-winning programs of events, workshops, competitions, and one-to-one guidance for all Westminster students and graduates too. And we have the Entrepreneurial Society, which provides a platform for all of our students with a like-minded entrepreneurial mindset to come together, mix with business professionals, and basically, learn from each other's skills and experience, and also external experts giving various advice to help you, progress in your entrepreneurial adventure. A bit more information about the UK with obviously the worldwide pandemic at the moment. We've been going through the vaccine rollout for the last couple of months. Thankfully, the results have looked good so far. Numbers have dropped dramatically, which is obviously we're very fortunate for that. I guess some key dates for you would be that from the 17th of May, university teaching returned physically on campus. So, if you're coming this September, there's a very, very good chance, and we're very optimistic that your experience should be on physical on campus at the university, whilst also offering the opportunity to study virtually if you wish to, or if numbers do rise again for whatever reason, we're ready to go back into a hybrid physical and digital teaching if necessary. The London itself, restaurants, cafes, bars, etc., all opened again probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but there are still obviously COVID-19 security measures in place in terms of sort of distancing, things like that. But everywhere, hand sanitizers. The city is all up to date with getting everyone ready for that. And if you haven't had a vaccine in Nigeria and you do wish to in the UK, as an international student, you would have the right and access to a vaccine once your age group is next in line for the vaccine. So if that is something you're thinking of, you would be able to have a vaccine in the UK as an international student. As I said as well, each campus has got itself in line with all the security measures. So, one-way systems, hand sanitizers, sign in, sign out, etc., and relevant distancing within the campuses to ensure the security and safety of all of our students in this worldwide pandemic. I'm going to go over now some of the facilities. So we have 4 campuses. As a student, you'd have access to all 4 campuses with all the facilities, whether that's the library, the cafe, the teaching space, maybe the cinema or the gym, but you would mainly be based at one site, depending on which course you're interested in studying. So firstly, we've got the Cavendish Campus in central London. This is where all of our computer science and life sciences courses are taught. So whether that's biomedical sciences, global public health nutrition, computer science, software engineering, things like that, psychology, these are all taught at the Cavendish Campus, where we have around 4 floors of massive laboratories, biomedical sciences, nutrition, and computer science as well. And we spent about £50 million in the last 5 years renovating the social spaces. So lots of state-of-the-art social spaces, teaching facilities, 3 to 4 floors of library space as well that you'd have access to. Then we have the Regent Street campus, which is the original site of the university. Very beautiful London architecture, as you can see. And this is where our humanities, social sciences courses are taught, from politics and international relations, law, criminology, history, English as well. And we've actually got a cinema on campus here, which is the first showing of a moving picture show here in London. So it's a very historical cinema. We have international film festivals and new releases too. But yeah, so you can see here, we have various facilities, from large lecture theatres, smaller teaching spaces, again, cafes. We've got a gym on campus at the Regent Street campus too. Then we have the Marylebone campus, which is where probably the majority of our Nigerian students tend to study, because this is where our Westminster Business School is taught. So programs like business and management, accounting and finance, fintech, business analytics, as well as architecture and tourism and transport and logistics. But some of the state-of-the-art facilities here, again, in central London. We have a Bloomberg Financial Suite, as you can see. And this is a very unique facility. It's Bloomberg Financial Trading Marketing Suite, which is set up and synced up directly to the City of London. So anyone studying a finance-related, fintech-related program would have access to this, and you'd actually learn the exact same skills and tools and get experience of how the City of London financial workers work, making trades and things. So it's a great practical and professional tool that you'd have access to. And then we have the Harrow Campus in Northwest London, which is where our art and design programs, television and film production, journalism, mass communication, music and photography are taught. And this is where we have large studios, a huge site with a tube station right outside, 15 minutes into central London. So it's a very, very creative and artistic campus. Beyond the classes, obviously, your university experience is so much more. We have hundreds of societies where you can meet like-minded people from all over the world, share your hobbies and interests, whether that's joining, maybe the African Caribbean Society to meet other students from the continent, or maybe it's joining our university newspaper or TV station, joining our sports team that compete in the national sports university competitions, football, basketball, rugby, athletics, etc. Or it might be something like learning a new language or salsa dancing, wherever it is. We also offer paid employment opportunities. As I said, maybe that's working as a student ambassador or working for the university. We have gyms on campus, state-of-the-art gyms on the Regent Street campus and Harrow campus. And we have a large sports facility in West London where our sports teams compete. Excuse me, sorry. And it's a huge adventure, but a huge jump for you thinking of going to live abroad and study abroad. And we do offer fast, free support to all of our international students. We run an enrollment and orientation week to get you acclimatized to your new surroundings, get you used to living in London. We have talks from local banks to set up your bank account, police, university support staff, current students as well. And it's also a great chance for you to meet other students in exactly the same situation as you. So before you start your study, you would already have the chance to make new friends, meet new people, and get a better understanding of how life works here. There's also free access to advice and specialist support from specialist visa support, academic learning development throughout your studies, as I said earlier, career development centre, and also faith and spirituality. So we have prayer rooms on each campus as well, and also free counselling support. I'm sure you won't be able to see this, but just to go over entry requirements briefly, if you're applying for a bachelor's degree at Westminster from Nigeria, you will need to have a further qualification after your high school qualification. So that can be, for example, 1 year of a Nigerian bachelor's degree, might be an OND, HND, or a foundation program. If you're applying for a master's degree with us, most of our master's courses require 2-2 equivalent. So that'd be a CGPA of 2.5 out of 5 or 2.5 out of 4 from a recognized Nigerian university. Some courses may ask for slightly higher at 2-1 level. And if you have a bachelor's degree from Nigeria, then you don't need to take any further English tests like an IELTS. Your bachelor's degree is sufficient proof of academic English at the required level, so that's all good for master's courses. I'm just going to briefly go over some of the new courses we've introduced. Some of these might be of interest to you. So we have FinTech with Business Analytics MSc, which has been hugely popular with everyone around the world, but especially not with Nigerians. So this is a program that equips students with digital, financial, and business analytics knowledge and skills to meet the evolving and changing needs of business and digitally astute consumers. And this course really does focus on the Bloomberg Financial Suite in the banking and financial sector. Then we have Sustainability Innovation MSc, Sustainability Management and Innovation MSc, which focuses on obviously sustainability and the moving needs for people with environmental awareness for each company. We have the MBA, Master Business Administration, which we've run for many, many years, but we've recently revamped it and replanned it. The main thing to remember with us is that you don't need to have 3 years work experience to be considered for our MBA. If you've completed a bachelor's and you don't have a lot of work experience, we will consider you for direct entry to our MBA, provided that you have a 2-1 grade from your bachelor's degree. We also have sports management BA. So if you're interested in business and management, but sport is your passion, then you could consider this BA program, which was designed in conjunction with world-class sporting clubs, professional organisations here in London, like Queen's Park Rangers Football Club. Then we have digital media BA, which is the evolving nature of journalism, mass communication, and PR, all combined into one program to be up to date with the changing landscape of communication and journalism. As well as that, we have digital marketing at undergraduate and at master's level. As we know, every company in the world needs employees with real quality digital marketing skills and knowledge. Now, tuition fee payments explained. For all international students studying a bachelor's course, the fees are £14,400 per academic year. For our master's courses, postgraduate, the fees do vary depending on the program, from £13,000 to £19,000. So just check the fees for your course, because they will vary from program to program. As part of your application, you need to make a £4,000 deposit, which is part of your CAS and then UK student visa application. And that deposit then contributes towards your overall tuition fee payment. If you don't enroll, then that gets returned to you. If you do enroll, then that deposit goes towards your tuition fee payment. And the instalment plan is split into 3 installments. So you need to have paid 50% of your course fees when you enroll in September, then 25% of your fees in December, and then a final 25% installment in January or February of 2022. This year, we are offering the opportunity to apply for a £2,000 part fee scholarship for all of our postgraduate offer holders, the International Postgraduate Part Fee Scholarship. The deadline to apply for that is the 14th of June. So obviously it's coming up soon. So if you haven't applied yet, my advice is obviously to try and get an application in as soon as possible so that the admissions team can assess your application, get an offer out to you. And once you have an offer, you can then apply for this part fee scholarship. And this is only available to students who have an offer for a postgraduate course, a master's course, and that have a 2-1 equivalent bachelor's degree. We do have accommodation throughout the city. So we offer our students accommodation on campus, on the Marylebone campus, as well as the Harrow campus, with 24 hours, 7 days a week security, bills included. We do prioritise international students, a lively social scene too. And we have other accommodation sites at various student accommodation dormitories across the city too. It's not mandatory that our students stay in our accommodation. However, it's a good option for you. I just want to let you know that it's there for you if you wish to. If you want to stay with friends or if you have family here, then that's absolutely fine. But just to know that we can offer you accommodation too. And the accommodation is very modern, state of the art. So you have your own room, desk. Some have their own shower, like en suite. And you typically have a shared living, hangout room with TV, games room, and shared kitchen as well. If you are interested, we have, and I do recommend attending an online open day. You can speak with the lecturers on your course, current students, other members of the university, like the admissions team, the careers team, etc. Our next online open days we have for undergraduate interested students is on the 12th of June, and for postgraduate is on the 8th of September. So it's a very quick, easy way to sign up, free to attend, of course. Take you about a minute to register, but do attend this if you are very interested in University of Westminster. We're very proud of our Nigerian students and recent alumni. We currently have 123 enrolled Nigerian students, and we saw 69 new students join us last year, which is growing every year, which is great to see. London itself has a big, as I said, it's so multicultural, and we have a large Nigerian community here as well. So, you know, whether you, I'm sure you'd have friends from all over the world, but if you did want to meet other Nigerians who fancy a bit of jollof rice, Nigerian food, whatever. There's lots of places you can come to here in London. Some of our successful graduates include Mo Abudu, who you might have heard of, prominent media personality and producer, dubbed by Forbes as Africa's most successful woman, plus Donna Mope, who produced Nigeria's highest grossing film of all time, The Wedding Party. And as I said earlier, some of our Nigerian graduates have gone on to work for Central Bank of Nigeria and also for the UK government. So they've gone on to work successfully back in Nigeria, but also here in the UK and elsewhere around the world. And we hope that you can add to that list. We'd be very grateful, and you know, we look forward to you joining us. So just to summarize, why think about the University of Westminster? Why choose the University of Westminster? You would be studying in vibrant state-of-the-art campuses and facilities with our large lecture theatres, our academic teaching facilities, whether it's the Bloomberg Financial Suite, architecture studios. We have 183 official industry partners, as well as working with 10,000 different organizations. And you would have full access to, you know, network and get internships, work opportunities with these companies here in London. Academic teaching excellence, which is inspired by our research work. The teachers are also very, very approachable. So you will form close relationships with your lecturers. You'll have personal tutors. So if you have any queries about assessments, classes, you're not quite sure, you'll be able to meet your lecturers face to face and set up meetings with them. Career and employability support and opportunities. Graduate affairs run throughout the year. You'll have the chance to apply for various different opportunities, mentoring scheme as well, and professional field trips visiting companies related to your organisation. And London is our campus. We are based in the city centre of London, so your life will be very, very exciting. You'd have things to do every day, whether that's related to your studies, your work, your social life, cultural life, going out, whatever it is. It's a really, really exciting and safe place to be too. How to apply? The guys at Care Global Consulting can run through this with you. If you're applying for a bachelor's, it's through UCAS. Through postgraduate, it's an online direct application. I won't dwell too much on key dates. I know we're a bit short on time. So I'll just leave it to Ozzy. Ozzy, if we, if you want us to take questions, I know I'm running a bit over time, so I'll leave it with you.
Okay. Just give me a second to introduce that session. Just give me a second. Hello. Just give me a second to introduce our session to them, so that we can we don't need to ask questions. We are having the University of Westminster, presenting. They just finished their presentation. So whoever needs to ask questions, this is a question and answer time. So you can ask your question. I believe that you must have heard all that you have said, all the benefits if you study with the University of Westminster. Should be done with this by 11, because another university will be presenting starting from that 11. Hello, Martin. Hello, are you there? Hi, Martin. Sorry about that. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us? Hello? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear and see you again now.
Okay, so they'll start asking their questions now. So
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'll give them the mic. The first person will have to call. Hi. So I would like to.
Hello. Hi.
I would like to ask about your School of Environmental Sciences.
She's asking whether Westminster does MSc Environmental Sciences.
Sure. Yeah. So we don't offer a specific environmental sciences program, I'm afraid, but what we do offer, we do have a variety of programs related to environmental issues, including energy and environmental change. But that's an energy and environmental change MA. It is a 1-year master's degree. I mean, some of the areas that you study in that program include let me just get it up. Sorry, regional dimensions of energy security and climate change. So these are environmentalist on policies related to environmental issues.
And the 4,000 pounds deficit you said it was week, does that exclude the percentage of school fees? So you made mention of 4,000 pounds deficits. Does that exclude school fees? 22% of school fees.
Okay. She's asking if the 4,000 pounds deposit, right, excludes school fees. I think it's part of the school fee, but he will answer that. Yeah. Do you understand the question, Martin?
Yeah, that's right. So the 4,000 pound, yeah, that's all clear. Thank you. Yeah, so the 4,000 pound deposit is tuition fees. It's just a deposit that the university requires, and also the UK Visa and Immigration Department requires to show your seriousness and your intent of studying. But that
Sorry, I think this one is my fault now. I'm trying to connect to the internet for the hotel because we've been using our own internet, and I think it's not strong enough. So